O Sekretari Ketenat Kampo Yeng ke Khuborjylla uba Cyril Darlong ding do balong ru u Director jang ketenat jengok kai Peit ke Meghalaya ula pelat pat ba ekakot ke ba ai kerteng mandatory poison and other Shillong things haka khat nyau tarik ujeliu ar hajar ar husau balalong ha State Central Library Shillong haka jinga don rengkat lang uba KL Tariang Ubadai Executive Director jangka Meghalaya Board of School Education uba Tami Roy Laloo bat kiwe ke belasha kot ngobha. Ya kani ka kot la Thoh da ka Professor Bikika Laloo Tariang ka badai kanong hikai haka skol ba NEHU Shillong. Habaya kran shakila pathai Khubor ka Professor Bikika kalaya thu ba kani ka kot ba ka Thoh ka dai shapang ka jinglong jingman kanong ba Shillong kani ka kot ka nyerap ikinong jengok kai Peit bakin tip shapang kanong ba Shillong habaya dai bat ki yau kihan karukom rukom bam ki breu bat ki wei de. Hakani ka sngi la penlong saya ka photo exhibition ne ka jingpen i pat ba ya kidur ki ba ka Professor Bikika Laloo Tariang kala shon bat lum thup na keleng ki benta jong ka jilla Meghalaya.
Tariang was mentioning writing a book is not easy, and yet it's something that Professor Tariang has held close to her heart. When she welcomed us a few minutes ago, she said if she didn't write this book, it would have exploded. And I'm so glad that she wrote this book and it didn't just stay in her mind or explode in her heart or in her mind. And that we as readers, as fellow Shillongites, as people of this beautiful state, as tourists, as friends and family members can come together, listen to those great readings that we heard today and enjoy this book for the beautiful message that it brings to all of us. As some of the other speakers have said, the book is indeed very candid, very honest. It is as it should be said. It's something that may sound easy, but it's not easy. As an author, sometimes when we write books, we bring in our notions of what is an interpretation of what we see. And yet when we read this book, many of the Shillong things in this book, we laugh and we smile and we know how honest it is because we can relate to that book. That is the beauty of this book, that you can relate to it as a reader, as a fellow Shillongite, as a fellow Meghalayan. You know what the author means when you're reading this. And I'm sure, although Professor Bikika has written this book, in her introduction it says for tourists to come, for them to understand and make a flavor. So that it's not something merely a directory, a listing of hotels, a listing of places to visit, Wards Lake, Elephant Falls, etc., but to really understand the nuances, the culture, the language, the literature of a place. And this book has it all, I must say, from poetry to the personal memoir of the city, and there's even a chapter on some of the words that Shillongites use called Shillongish. So it's really something that I found very beautiful and very honest, and I'm sure it's like a gift that she has given to all of us. So I must congratulate Professor Bikika for this great effort. Coming back to thinking of what I should say when I was just thinking in my mind when I was coming to this place, the great Argentinian poet and author, Jorge Luis Borges, whom the economists describe as the greatest writer never to have won a Nobel Prize, wrote, and I quote, "I always imagined paradise will be a kind of library. Today we are at the premises of State Central Library, a treasure of books. And it brings me back to memories because it is here during my school days in the years 99, 98, 97, when I would walk from Laban during the winter holidays and come to the library here and try and discover new writings, new books. The thirst for spending my winter holidays, as Tariang was saying, it's cold, you want to read a book, snuggle in bed, and my house wasn't too far. I came walking and I must, it brings me good memories because I discovered in this library a great book, a great, set of stories that I devoured in one entire winter. It was a thick book. It was written by Satyajit Ray, who's famous for making films, but he had written a great series called Feluda, which is a detective series, a detective from Bengal, and This detective, solved a lot of mysteries, took me to places as diverse as Rajasthan, to parts of India, and as a young boy, as a student growing up in Shillong, not having been exposed.
Kot kadai ki jing ya Thoh jonga na ki jang snow jonga hi ki jing siam jonga hi kum kanang song snong jong ka Shillong kam dai ja textbook na dano kadai tang ki jing ya Thoh jonga ki jing siam Shillong ka Shillong na do ba ngala la don hang ne la jan san post nem tiki bun ki benta jong ka Shillong shapang ka bam ka di shapang ka culture shapang ki yo ki hat tang ka rukom Thoh ka compare ka long na ka jing siam sim jonga hi kam dei kata ka balong hado ban long kum ki we ki kot ken de ka we na ka jing thmu ya kan ka kot ka dei ban kam tam ka we ka dei ya ki tu hi ki ba ki nong song Shillong ki ba la im la san ha Shillong ba kin mau i ya ka Shillong mo ki bun ki ba dei shapang ka bun ki benta jang Shillong andre ka we ka benta ba tu ka dei ya ki nong jungok kai ki ba wan sa Shillong ki shwa ba kin wan sa Shillong oi ki bun ki kot ki sla wat ka internet ru ka ba ya Thoh shapang ka ne ka benta jong ka ri andre ka ne ka dei si benta na ka ban ya Thoh shapang ka Shillong don ki benta jong kan ka kot ru ki ba la banam yo shawai na mar ka dei ki jing siam jong hi te ngangai ba ki nong pule ka we ya ki turis ki ba ki nong jong kai ba kin kam ha shapang ka ri jong hi ka jalla jong hi ba ka ni ka nong Shillong jong hi ru de mat kan ni ka kot pila ban pule wat ban shu pule ka hi rum dei tang ka turis book kan di tang kata hi da la pule ni ka kot ngan su ai nuksa shu ka we shu bo ma hỏi ki kot ne ki website ne ki la ban ya Thoh ya ki we pat ki benta tengah tip ngam tip shu ka we ka chapter chapter ka benang kong do ka ya Thoh shapang ka jing yap brio ka funeral system jangi kumno ngi le ka por ba yap brio na do ki to ki lais ngi ki bangi penjat ma por ba yap brio te kum kita ki ba kani ka kwat ka keren sepang ma dang ta ngi keren sepang ka blok ha po Shillong na man ka sepang ka traffic jam ki keren ma tang kani nga keren na ka jing sngo jonga hi na ka jing lap jonga hi te nga keren sepang ki jing bam nang tas ka we ka benta ka don sepang kani ka second hand market ka bang tharai ki bun ki ban te kano hiro ngila ban lap ha ki we ki kot ma andre kani ka dei na ka jing siam jonga hi ka long kam long personal ke